Alright, hey guys, how we doing? Just wanted to do a real quick video on my breeder tank. Give you guys some tips that I use, some things that I've had success with, and then also share an experience with you. I don't know if you got to see the male very well, but there we go. I have a Lwanda male with 8 females. So I'll just start out with the experience I had. I thought it would be a good opportunity to share with people out there, maybe new people breeding or just whoever. But last week I saw an ad in a local paper where they had some Azereth Nagara fry that are about 1 to 2 inches with a beautiful picture of the male, and they were both the males were really beautiful. So I drove 20-30 minutes and I got there, and I ended up not bringing back any fish. And I've seen this happen quite a few times with a lot of people. You know, if you're wanting to breed fish, you're going to want to stay away from this. So what happened is he had a fairly large tank, you know what you want, 100 gallons. But he had a male Nagara with a few female Nagaras, a male Azereth with a few Azereth females, a couple male peacocks, and some other female peacocks. Now, the reason why you shouldn't do this is because there's a very, very high percent that they're going to crossbreed. Okay, even though they're $2 to $4 for those fish, you're paying for food, things like that. You don't want to have a crazy fish coming out. So, anytime you're buying from a local breeder, just make sure, you know, that the fish that they're breeding, that they're, you know, if they're breeding Lwandas, that there's Lwanda females with a Lwanda male and no mix. You just have to really be careful. And also, you know, for new people breeding, you know, in a perfect world, we'd be able to throw in Nagara females, Lwanda females, and the males, and they'd breed with the right kind. And obviously, we know that's not going to be the case. And even sometimes the haps will crossbreed with peacocks. I had it happen accidentally. I had a Z-Rock crossbreed with a dragon blood that I thought was a male, and so, you know, there's a huge percent that they're going to crossbreed. So make sure and stay away from that. You'll lose credibility. You know, nobody's going to buy fish. You're not going to be able to get as much for your money, and ultimately just try to stay away from that. So for instance, here with what I have a 40-gallon breeder tank. I have 1 male with 8 females. Now the ratio will usually you'll say 1 male to 3 to 5 females. I've had the best luck with 1 male to 4 females, but since this Lwanda's prettiest Lwanda I've ever seen, I went out and got 4 more, and it's actually been very good ratio. I don't know if it's monkey see, monkey do type of a thing, but I've had more breeding than I've ever had before. And you know, as someone new breeding, there's a couple things that you'll wanna learn and understand. The first thing is you're gonna want to have a lot of hiding spots. So as you see right there, I have terracotta pots. The 2 bigger ones, if you go to Walmart, they're only $1. Those are just like 70 cents, 75 cents for those. Want to be cost effective as possible. Looks like I have a little fry in there. Need to get him out. And then I have a couple pots there, and a rock for the male. I actually probably need to get a little more hiding spots, but for right now, it's been working really well. I just spit a female a few days ago. And so that's going to be the first thing. You're going to want to have hiding spots so the females feel comfortable, and if they don't, they're not going to breed. Okay, so the next thing is food. I feed my breeding colonies. I feed them spirulina, keep them healthy, garlic flake, and New Life Spectrum. And then once a week, once a month, whatever you want to do, throw in some brine shrimp, give them a treat. When you do something like that, you'll also see some success with breeding. but just want to be careful with how much you feed them, the brine shrimp. You just want to avoid any bloat. And so the other thing that I'm going to want to cover with you is going to be filtration and oxygen. So I double up on filtration. I have 3 filters here. I have some oxygen some oxygen there with the sponge filter. Now, we all know it's easy to have these females hold, okay, but it's not always the easiest to have them create fry that's free swimming. So especially when they're new, first time holding, second time holding, a lot of times they're going to spit or swallow. So there's a few ways we can avoid this. The first way is you want to create a lot of oxygen. When they're holding the babies, you know, it's a little harder for them to breathe, so as much oxygen as possible is going to help them out. That's going to be one factor with that, and then also obviously the hiding spots. Another thing that I've noticed, I'll just try to get my male when he comes out. I don't get him on video too often. Another thing that I've noticed is a lot of people will have their fish tanks above 80, 82. I've even heard 84. You don't want to do this. In a Lake Malawi book, and that's what most of the fish that I breed are, Lake Malawi fish. The water won't get below, you know, too much below 68 degrees in Lake Malawi, and it won't get up above 80. Usually, I believe the highest is about 78. And so, when you have the water at a temperature above 80, the hotter the water is, the less oxygen that the fish are going to get. So I tend to keep it about 75 to 78 degrees. And when you're growing fry, 75 is almost perfect for that. And so that's going to be something that you also want to keep in mind there with that. And then the last thing that I just wanted to touch on is I have a bare floor, as you guys can see here. I do this for 2 reasons. First reason, and this is just my opinion, with sand or rocks, I worry that they're not going to be able to pick up all the eggs, and that's one reason. Usually they're spawning in the pots or in this little rock here, but that's just in case they don't. I want to make sure that they're getting all their eggs, and then also it's easier to clean. It keeps the nitrate, ammonia, and nitrate levels where they need to be. It's just easier that way, and I like it that way. I've had the best success. I've been working on breeding over the last year. I've had a lot of failures, but I finally starting to get it down on my bred. The dragon blood, I got really lucky on that one. I don't know how it worked out. And then I had about 7 to 8 plus failures. Then I actually bred over 100 little intermediate fry. And so what I do, there's 2 different ways that you can take care of your females. The first way is you can let them hold for 20 days, the full time, until the fry is free swimming. Okay, a lot of people will do that on the first time that the females hold, and in my opinion, I like to do it typically on the first time they're holding, because it's going to teach them, it's going to help them in the long run be able to hold the fry better. But because it's taken me so long to get this male and females with him, I've waited about 3 to 5 days, and I've actually been spitting them. So got these females a couple weeks, about 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer, I think 3 weeks ago. The first day I had a successful spawning. I had about 10 eggs. I put them in an egg tumbler. There's just an example of that egg tumbler. And I got 50%. I got 5 of them are free swimming right now. I have about 20 to 30 in there in the egg tumblers. I like the egg tumbler. I have great success with it. I get more fry and I get more spawning. And what I mean by that is when you have a female holding for 20 days, they don't eat and they get beat up. Some people will put them in a 10-gallon tank by themselves, which when I have them hold for a long time, that's what I'm going to do, just so they don't get beat up. But you know, for them to hold for 20 days without eating and getting beat up, not only by the male, but there's always going to be a dominant female. There's mine right there that just went in that little pot, and a lot of people don't realize there's going to be a dominant female. They're going to get beat up, and so in some cases the females will die at the end of the time, just of exhaustion, no food, and you know, ultimately, if I can, I prefer to spit the females at about 10 plus days. In this case, I'm not, and you know, a lot of people might not like what I'm doing, but it's working, and until it changes, I'm going to continue to do that. But going back to what I was saying about these females, if you spit them sooner, they're going to be healthier, you're going to get more spawning, but they're also going to live longer. They won't die as quick as normal. So those are some pointers for you guys that I think is very beneficial, just to kind of go over everything one more time. You know, make sure that you don't put you know, different kinds of peacocks together in a breeder tank. I know it's hard. I only have one breeder tank right now. I wish I could breed a lot more, but do it the right way. So don't mix Nagaras and lwandas and Taiwan reefs or whatever it is. Don't mix those. You don't want to chance the crossbreeding. Okay. They do have egg cartons you can at I believe they're called at Home Depot. You can get for like $10. You can do that if you want. And then the other thing, make sure you have as much oxygen as possible. You want to make sure that the females hold as long as they can. The more oxygen that they have, the better. And then the food, the diet, hiding spots, and all those things are going to be very beneficial. Thanks for watching my video, everybody. Please subscribe, please like, please also comment. If you have questions, I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. If you'd like me to do a video on something, maybe how I spit or how I work my egg tumbler, whatever it is, just let me know. I've had people dislike some of my videos, which I understand, but if you dislike the video, just let me know what I'm doing wrong or what you don't like about my video. I also haven't cleaned this tank, but I have a show tank up here where I'll sell my fish, and I'll ship to 48 states next day, typically about $25 to $35. So if you'd like to see what fish I have for sale, let me know and I can do a video on that. But besides that, thanks for watching, and take care.